Hello. In this video, we're going to demonstrate how easy it is to create a poll and then to launch the poll during class. So what I've done so far is I've logged into JoinProf and I've also opened a second browser. And in my second browser, I've gone to JoinProf.com/Bob. So we'll use that second browser to look at what the student sees from their perspective. So upon entering class, I'm going to invite my students to go to JoinProf.com/Bob. Prior to class, I would have created the poll, and here's how you would have done that. Click on the Polls tab. Underneath the Polls tab, you'll see Add New Poll, and at this point, you're just going to create a multiple choice question. So first, I'll give it a name. Let's call it Synergy, and then I'll give it some text. So 1 plus 1 equals 3 best describes blank. Okay, and I'll provide some potential answers. Rito, phenomenon, synergy, compromise, or none of the above. Okay, so I've typed in the text, I've given it a name, and I've provided some potential answers. I hit save. Once I save the poll, it's going to show up in my list of polls. Now, before I ever go in the classroom, I'm going to go into my polls tab and I'm going to select the polls that I want to use during my next class. Over time, you might create hundreds of polls, so this gives you a way to narrow it down to just the ones you're going to use while you teach. Having entered the classroom, I would log into JoinProf.com and I would click on the Moderate Input. When I get ready to launch the poll, I'm going to come over here and hit the Polls tab during class, and I'll see in this drop-down menu just those questions I selected ahead of time. So there's my Synergy poll. And when I'm ready to launch it, I'm just going to hit Launch Selected Poll. The poll is then going to show up on the left-hand side just as a student question would. And I can do several things. I can delete the poll. I can pop it up for bigger viewing on my screen, or I can move it to the big screen. And we'll talk about the big screen in another tutorial. Let's look real quick at what a student sees at this time. So a student device will have the poll question on it. And let's have a student answer that question. And they'll get a pie chart on their machine that indicates the breakdown of how the entire class has answered the poll. Okay, back to my moderation screen, I'll see this horizontal bar. The size of the different pieces of the bar correspond to the proportion of answers for each of the four potential answers. If I want to see that in a pie chart, I'll hit that middle icon there, the eyeball, and I'll see the full-blown pie chart as well. So that's it. It's just that easy to create and then launch a poll using JoinProf. Thanks.